What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J Mang back, checking in with the people, back with another video. And today, people, we got to talk about that Halo Infinite. That Halo Infinite. Yes, that same Halo Infinite that I was preaching needed to be delayed. Well, today I'm here to give them some flowers on that Halo Infinite. So I was fortunate enough to be in the Halo Infinite flight test for a couple weeks now. I know a lot of people had got in on a recent one, but I've been on it since it was mainly bots. You know what I'm saying? So I've been playing this Halo Infinite technical test flight preview, whatever you want to call it, for a while now, and I gotta sing its praises, man, because this has been some of the most fun I've had in a multiplayer game in a very long time. Now, you can kind of say I'm particular when it comes to the multiplayer experience. I like things like Call of Duty back in the day. This new age Call of Duty, I'm not really a fan of. I don't really get down with the Battle Royale, even though I did like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I like that. I, of course, enjoy Last of Us Factions. I enjoy Battlefield. So I have a very specific taste. Mainly for me, it comes to a lot. The fun factor, of course, is important. But for me, it comes down to a lot of the gun mechanics, and is your gun doing a lot of the work in terms of these multiplayer games? And when it came to Halo Infinite, I never really been a huge Halo fan. You know what I'm saying? I dabbled in Halo back in the day on 360. The most I really played is when I went over to my friend's house because I was on PS3. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have enough at the time. I'm a teenager. I ain't barely making any money from my job, so I didn't have enough to have all systems back in the day. So I didn't really play 360 with Halo. And so the little bit of time that I got to play with my friend, it was a great time, of course. But to be honest with y'all, I didn't beat all of the Halo campaigns, or at least the majority of the Halo campaigns, until Master Chief Collection came out on the Xbox One. And even then, so I didn't play the multiplayer like that. You know, dabbled in it a little bit with a couple of guys on the Discord. So for me, I'm like, listen, I want to get into this Halo. I want to see what, you know what I mean, what Halo is about. I want to see if I can get into it and, you know, pick it up as a multiplayer game that I play frequently. And so I went into it with a fresh mind. Like, a lot of people have smoke for 343 when it comes to the Halo, and for them, rightfully so. But when I played this Halo Infinite flight test, one thing cannot be denied about the status of Halo Infinite is that multiplayer is where it's at. That multiplayer is solid. Okay? I feel like when it comes to Halo Infinite multiplayer, it has the fun factor. The guns feel nice. The maps, I mean, we played a total of about 4 or 5 maps since the flight tests have been going around, and I can't say I dislike any of them. I can't say I dislike. There's some I like better than others, but there's not a single one that I dislike, and I dislike playing. What I love about Halo is that, of course, you got the gun set up in different locations as pickups. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fight to get to these guns that we all know and love. You know what I'm saying? So that alone makes it about the guns and, you know, the gadgets as well too. Grenades are a big thing in Halo. You get into a gunfight, it's best that you figure out a way to get a grenade or two off in that gunfight because they come in your way. So you got to figure out how to use them too. And I think rightfully so, because the time to kill on Halo is not your average TDK. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit longer to get it. And also depending on where you're aiming at. If you're aiming strictly for the head, the TDK can be a little bit shorter. But, you know, if you're aiming at the body and things like that, it's going to take a little bit longer. And then you have situations where you're using certain weapons, and certain weapons kill people faster. Switching to your pistol is definitely viable instead of reloading, because you might end up putting a whole clip in the motherfucker and he don't go down. You know what I'm saying? He might not go down. So some people are turned off by that. For me, I don't dislike it. I like it better than a short TDK, because for me, a game like Call of Duty with a short TDK, a lot of times it comes down to who sees who first. You don't get that chance to readjust and respond after a motherfucker shooting you in your back. Where in Halo, it might give you too much time, but at least it gives you a chance to respond and react to something that's going on there. So when it comes to Halo Infinite, like I mentioned before, the maps are great. We played 5, I believe. One of them is Bazaar. They have a map called Behemoth, which was one of the newer ones in this flight test that they recently had. One of the larger maps. Another map that they had is called Live Wire. Live Fire. Then there's Recharge and Fragmentation, which is the big team battle. Big team battle is pretty much a large scale version of what you already play in the Halo, Halo gameplay. That has a bunch of people. I think it's like 12v12 on the big team battle. And so it's a lot more going on. It's a lot of, a lot of more gadgets and stuff flying around, a lot more guns, and you get more vehicles as well. You got the Ghost, the Banshees in there, a couple other vehicles in that big team battle that you can utilize. Now, some of them are better than others. Of course, the Ghost is everybody's favorite. That's what everybody wants to use. That's what everybody when it gets into, because it can mow motherfuckers down quick. But the thing about that is that Ghost can also be taken out quick. If you are spamming the Ghost with grenades, if everybody on the team focuses on the Ghost and spamming with grenades, you can get that Ghost up out of here quick. And also, you have the chance to hijack vehicles. So if a Ghost is riding by and the guy don't see you or you get real close, you can hijack that from a enemy player and take control of it. So it's not like these vehicles are unfair in that aspect. They give you a chance. If they kind of see you out in no man's land, it's kind of a wrap. But if you guys are working as a team, then you can get that vehicle up out of there. So I enjoyed it. I had a good time with the Halo Infinite multiplayer, but it wasn't without its issues. I got to say that I played on PC on my 2070, and I definitely had issues with stuttering. Initially, I didn't have VSync on, and initially I had my frame rates unlocked. So with that brought a lot of technical issues. I had a lot of stuttering, a lot of input lag in my controller, and they did a couple things to address this in the update. But what I did find best to fix this was putting VSync on and locking my frame rate to either whatever max is on your monitor or half of it. And that helped dramatically with the stuttering. Now, I hope they can iron this issue out for launch, because that shouldn't be the case. You should be able to customize your settings to how you want it to be, and the game should also be able to run fine. Now, I'm here on the console version. The game was running absolutely pretty much flawless. So I don't know. Console might have the W. They might be prioritizing console first on this, and rightfully so, because that's probably where most of the players will be. And they have to optimize for a bunch of different systems, so they want to make sure that's right. But and that's the thing. I was still able to have fun even with the technical issues, and that's when I know they got something special here. They got something special. They keep the maps flowing, they keep the content going, and the multiplayer is free to play already, so it's gonna have people on it. They just have to keep us engaged that are playing. So I don't know if they're going to do another beta or like a technical test before this game comes out in December. I advise that they do. Make it an open one. That way anybody can get on, test it out, stress the servers, point out any bugs and issues, because they got to get this right. It's coming out in December. Call of Duty is Call of Duty at the end of the day. It's going to do what it does, but it being a World War II game, it might have people desiring a different multiplayer shooter. Battlefield 2042 has a big beta coming up for it this week, and they need to nail it, because that game has a lot of speculation surrounding it as far as if it's going to be a solid launch. And Halo Infinite, like I said, the best multiplayer I played in a long time, easily the best multiplayer I played this year, and it's only the technical test. So it's looking good for Halo. I'm excited for it. I plan to be on it. And yeah, man, I don't know if I'm play this get an Xbox for this, because that might be the optimized version, or if I'm gonna thug it out and hopefully the PC version is well optimized. I'm playing on controller as well, and like I said, the input lag was there. I don't know if that's Halo itself or that was the technical test. It didn't feel super responsive at all times for me. So I'm hoping they can iron these issues out. But yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions on Halo Infinite multiplayer so far. It's looking good. It's looking promising, and I just hope that they can get these issues ironed out. The maps are great. Love me most of the guns in this game, and yeah, my character models look alright. Got some nice skins and customization going on there with the colors and all of that. So let me know down in the comment section what y'all think. Did y'all get a chance to play? Are y'all interested in playing? If they do an open beta, would y'all check it out? Rate the video, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch y'all in my next video. Peace.